on a professional level and also on a personal level, like from the days of varsity, there was a lot of challenges because I remember there's a time which I actually wanted to drop out. And then at that point, it's like sometimes when you study, you don't really know what you're studying for, because it's not like somebody will promise you a job or anything. You are doing it for yourself, but then at some point you start to question, like, did I even make the right career choice? At that point, I don't know what kept me going, honestly. But then I found strength by believing in myself that I've started this, I'm not going to be a quitter. It's not like anybody promised me that this thing was going to be simple. And then I found strength within myself to keep on going. And then afterwards, it was quite rewarding for me. Like once I finished my diploma, it actually became the basis of my life. Because then I learned that if something is difficult, it doesn't really help for you to quit. It also became my philosophy in terms of my work ethics. At the end of the day, I reached a point whereby, because of the strength I've gathered through the resilience, then I always see as challenges as opportunities. And then they reached a point whereby along the journey of my career, like it's more like I lost focus to an extent whereby there's a year which I actually took a gap year, whereby I feel like, you know what, this is not working out for me. Maybe I chose the wrong career. And then I literally resigned without a job. And then I felt like the pressure and the job itself, it was becoming too much. And then I felt like I'm losing myself along the way. So I took a year break without working, and then I had to sell everything I had just to survive for that year. And then from there, it's like I found a renewed energy. And then when I moved back to the industry, it's something which now I really wanted. It's something which I actually appreciated. And then it's more like I had renewed energy. Because sometimes it's nice, it's important sometimes to take a step back and then analyze your life, like, no, is this the direction which I really want to go, or am I happy with this? So I fell in love with my career again, and then I had new energy altogether. And then I think it made me a better person in terms of technically and personally, because what I was doing, it was something which I actually believed in. It's something which I actually thought of properly, and then I convinced myself, before I can convince anyone else, I convinced myself that I need to do this, and then I'm good enough for this. Okay, Sei Tshikonelo. I'm from Venda in a small village called Rufure. And then, no, I don't like nicknames, I don't have one. First of all, before my role, I think I'm a fun-loving person, and I'm quite supportive in terms of the community and people around me. But then professionally, currently I'm a service technician in the mining industry. It's quite interesting because, like, most of the times people make their career choices later in life. For me, it actually started when I was still in primary. I actually went to a technical primary. So that's when I started doing drawings and technical subjects. Then from there I went to a technical high school. Then it became more detailed, and then I actually fell in love with that. But then I feel like I didn't have much of any option, because from an early age my subject choices were already technical subjects. And then that's how I ended up going to the university to study mechanical engineering, because that's what I grew up doing. After matric, obviously, I went to Vaal, where I studied mechanical engineering. Then the entry requirements there were fairly simple. It was maths and science and English. I passed obviously for that. And then I did engineering. It was actually more than what I expected. It was a bit broad because there was a lot of subjects which were introduced. like things like your thermodynamics, your strength of materials, your mechanics of machines, and CAD. CAD. Luckily, I didn't have to do technical drawing anymore. They credited me that because I passed it already from high school. It was challenging. The main challenge wasn't the academic side of it. I mean, like, you get to varsity, you have to adjust, and then you are used to being parented or being spoon-fed, but then now you have to balance life and your personal life and your school life, which tends to be a challenge. So I feel like what made it difficult wasn't the subjects per se, but then adjusting to a totally different life, a high pressure kind of life in any case, because there's a social life as well, and there's also, you have to balance those two. So the biggest challenge was the social side of it. I've had a very interesting career. After varsity, I had to do in-service training. So I started in the mining industry, went to work for Aquarius for in-service training. And then afterwards, after I graduated, then they gave me a job. That time I was just responsible for projects. But then it got boring because it was more paperwork than anything. Then I moved to another company, Menopex, where I was still more of a graduate, still learning the technical aspects. Then I moved again. That's when I decided, maybe the mining industry is not good enough for me. So I decided to explore to the petrochemical industry. I've worked there as a technician for 3 years or 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. Then I got bored because it just became too much routine. So I needed challenges again. Then I went back to the mechanical side of the mining industry. That's where I'm still now. For now, yeah, I'm still there. Currently, I'm a service technician in the mining industry. The company I'm working for, what they do, they design machinery for the mines, and then we do installations and maintenance. So currently my role is mainly on the maintenance side. So yeah, if something is wrong, we'll do troubleshooting, and then we'll fix what needs to be fixed, or we'll do upgrades, whatever it's required to keep the plant running. Okay, the type of machinery we maintain is mills, crushers, float cells, thickeners, and it's a wide range of machineries. In the next 5 years, I'm thinking of moving towards consulting, or maybe having my own business towards the same field.